The honourable member for Lindsay.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister. The body representing small businesses in the hospitality sector, the Restaurant and Catering Association, has warned Australians that cafes and restaurants are having to jack up prices because of Labor's higher electricity prices and rising interest rates. When will this out-of-touch Prime Minister finally admit that Australian families and businesses always pay more under Labor?
Order. Prime Minister has the call.
I thank the member for Lindsay for her question, and I say I was there in Lindsay last Friday in Penrith. In Penrith with the former Mayor Karen McKeon. And Karen McKeon and I were talking with small businesses there in Penrith, and there in Penrith the small businesses that we spoke to gave us a very warm welcome. We went there to the Westfield in Penrith and we talked to the new coffee shop owner that had been open just for a few weeks, and they were optimistic about their future. Optimistic. We spoke to restaurateurs, we spoke to all the small businesses in the heart of Penrith there, and on last Saturday they responded, Mr Speaker. They responded by electing Karen McKeon as the member for Penrith with a record swing in that electorate. Because one of the things that they were looking for in Penrith when I was there was an end to the sort of Eeyore philosophy of those opposite. You know, it's all doomed, the world's going to end, everything's all terrible. I mean, those opposite are turning into one of those cults that say the world's going to end. I mean, every time the Senate passes a piece of legislation, they put their robes on. They all get ready, because it's all going to end. Whether it's the safeguard mechanism, whether it's the National Reconstruction Fund, whether it's industrial relations. Remember the IR legislation? They said small business was going to be destroyed by that. There were going to be mass strikes. The only strike we've seen has been from the Leader of the Opposition entering New South Wales. That's the only strike that we've seen. The fact is that we are getting on with the business of making a positive difference. Whether it's the actions such as safeguard mechanism, whether it's dealing with supply chain issues through the National Reconstruction Fund, whether it's housing through our Housing Australia Future Fund, whether it be the industrial relations legislation, the legislation that I spoke on before question time about gender pay equity, all of these issues, what we're doing is working constructively for solutions, because that's what Australians are looking for. They had conflict fatigue. They want a government that will deliver, that will make a difference, notwithstanding the challenges that are before the global economy. A government that is actually legislating an agenda and making a positive difference, and that's the feedback I got in Penrith last Friday.